Hey, welcome back to Walking Life's Journey podcast, where we explore powerful words that shape our lives, fuel our growth, and inspire us to become the best versions of ourselves. I am Nikita.
I'm Keandra.
And together we make part of the White family. For those that are listening to this podcast for the very first time, we want to say it is a pleasure to be surrounding you in your space. And those that continue to follow, like, share, comment, and have committed to the WLJ community, we appreciate you more than words can explain. Where can they find us?
You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, and of course, YouTube and TikTok.
Yes. So today's word that we are exploring, is a word that drives so many of our choices, sacrifices, and even our insecurities. And that word is success. Success. Well, here's the thing. We live in a world that flips success upside down. We think we know what it is, but often we got it completely mixed up. Why is that? Why would you say we got it mixed up?
Because people have their own versions of what success is to them. People want to try to define it in what others have and want that for themselves as well.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. We chase the wrong things, compare ourselves to wrong standards, and sometimes we trade our peace, health, or purpose for someone else's version of making it. So you were right on. So in this episode, we're going to unpack how today's culture has twisted the meaning of success and how we can define it in a way that actually serves us spiritually, mentally, and physically. Y'all ready? Come on and go on and end this with us. Let's be real. Society sells us an imagine of success.
An image.
An image. Because it's your imagination that builds that success. Imagination. You imagine that you want the big cars. You imagine you want the big houses, the flashy cars, the house with the picket fence, the husband with the 3 children. That's your imagination. I don't know. But what does society do?
Sells us an image of success.
An image of success. You guys, but here's the illusion. What looks successful on the outside can be empty on the inside. We've been trained to equate busyness with worth, popularity with value, and money with meaning. And while none of those things are bad at all, they're not bad at all. When they become the measure of success, we lose sight of what actually matters. Think about it. Think about that. Someone can have millions of followers online, but still, guess what? Feel alone.
Of course.
Someone can be climbing the corporate ladder, but losing their health along the way. Someone can be admired by thousands, but can't look at themselves in the mirror at night. But yet people will tell them they're successful.
Yeah, I feel like we see that all the time. Like, on one hand, you have the person who climbed the corporate ladder, they have all this money, and they look around and they have no family. And then they're looking at someone else who looks happy with their family, and the person with the family wants money. So people always kind of want something they don't have or think success is different.
Yep, absolutely. And that's what we mean by mixed up. We made success about performing instead of becoming. Just take a pause right here. We need you to ask yourself this question. Are you measuring your success by how you look to others or by how aligned you feel within yourself? I had to ask myself this question. And truthfully, you can tell the difference in when you are measuring your success for others and when you truthfully are aligned. And I will say, as I'm walking this journey called life at this time, I am feeling very aligned. How you doing?
I love that.
Y'all know that's the daughter right there. I love that.
No, I feel good. I feel like for yourself, you want to make sure on the outside everyone thinks you're doing good and you are doing good, but you also want to make sure on the inside you're being fulfilled with what you're doing. So I don't know, I'm still working on it. I mean, I'm still trying to navigate what I want to do, where I want to be specifically, still trying to grow places. So that just shows where we're at differently in life, because you're very, like, you've made some great achievements, and me, I'm at the bottom working towards achievements. So
guys, when success is defined by outside standards, the cost can be high. Here's what it looks like today. What does it look like? What can success look like when you're so focused on comparing yourself to the outside?
Success can look like burnout, debt, spending all this money. It can put you into toxic relationships because you want to be in a relationship so bad you can't see yourself not with someone, and then constant comparison.
That's what happens when you compare yourself to others. But the sad part, what is it? Many people don't realize they're paying with their health, their joy, or peace until it's too late. You don't realize you are in debt trying to reach luxury until it's too far gone. You don't realize you have that burnout instead of ambition, truthfully. You don't realize that you are constantly comparing yourself instead of motivating yourself to do great things. And it's mixed up. That's what I'm talking about. I think society has success mixed up because we've been conditioned to think sacrifice always equals success, even if we're sacrificing the wrong things. But true success should never, y'all heard that? Should never cost you your soul, your sanity, or your ability to rest. Have you ever made sacrifices in your life while you're chasing success?
Sacrifices while I'm chasing success? I don't think I have. If honestly, I may have put some things on the background to focus more on my values and what I think is important.
Like that. So I need you to ask yourself, for those that are listening to this podcast, what have you sacrificed chasing success that you wish you could get back? And one thing that I will tell you that I have sacrificed, and I know I have, is time. Time chasing things that I thought were the right things at that time. Time chasing, doing the job. So if I told you I sacrificed anything, it would be how I place my time. I always felt like I was there for my family and there for my friends, but somewhere that time crept in and like, okay, time to get back. Lost time, gotta get it back. Gotta get it back somehow. Got to.
No, time is really a good one. Because I know I said I didn't, but thinking back, there are certain moments where I could have spent more time with family, or even with like Jakari and things. I feel like me focusing on school and stuff that time. So time is a big one.
And that was a good sacrifice at the time, because you're like, I gotta get through school, because when I finish school, this is on the other side. But sometimes it's just those little things that we don't realize, that we got these two competing goals and we're trying to just get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's shift into what success could look like spiritually, because remember, we're going to talk about spiritually, physically, and mentally how success have been mixed up in society.
Okay.
So here's where the mix-up shows up the most. We've mistaken spiritual success for rules and appearances instead of relationship and peace. People often think being spiritual means looking the part, quoting verses, posting quotes, or attending church services. But spiritual success isn't performance, it's a connection. It's a connection. And I will tell you, yes, I go to church. Yes, I quote some verses. Yes, I post quotes. I do all of those things, but I promise you it's not a performance. It's a true connection. Can you say that about yourself? Have you made a true connection?
A true connection. Yes, I have, but honestly, that whole what my thought of what spiritual success was, or just like being like super holy, looking at it younger, I was kind of like, I'm not going to be like that when I'm older. Y'all going to church every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not doing that. And that's what I thought that's what that equaled to. Then when I went to school, didn't go to church, and then getting older and having to seek spirituality for yourself,
Yes.
it brings for yourself, it brings a different connection, and now you just feel lighter with it. At the end of the day, you just want to feel happy, and like you have all your tools in your toolbox when things do come your way. So
the answer would be true connection.
So yes, I've worked on it, but yeah, I had to not redefine it, but find my own definition for spiritual success.
Absolutely. You guys, it's the ability to remain anchored when life shakes you. That's when you know you have a true connection. When you can remain anchored when life shakes you. It's knowing who you are and whose you are, no matter what the world says. The world says success is independence. Spiritual success is dependence on God, on faith, on values that don't shift with trends. That's the difference. So let's think about this. Spiritual success equals what?
Spiritual success equals peace, not perfection. We don't have to be perfect. It equals alignment, not for attention, not for applause, and it equals inner strength.
I like it. You guys always know, anytime you listen to us, we're going to give a thought, just a thought-provoking question for you. If no one ever applauds you again, would your definition of success still hold? If no one ever applauded you again, do you need someone to give you an applause to make you feel like you're connected, to make you feel like you're successful?
No, I don't. As long as I feel happy and I feel good about what I'm doing, that's all that matters. I mean, yeah, it's nice to get some, a little feedback from the ones you love and your family and stuff. But if even without that, I would be good. What about you?
Absolutely. Actually, I really like to do things, and then I find myself with that one or two people come up and say, I really liked how you said that. But at the end, anytime I finish something, it's like, Nikita, did you like that? Mm-hmm. And if I can check that box and say, I like that, then I feel like I was successful at that time. But like you said, that feedback is important, but it doesn't check my box and say I'm successful. People like feedback.
Yeah, I think it sometimes feels more gratifying when you do something because it makes you feel good, and then you end up getting amazing feedback after when you least expect it. Like,
yes.
Yeah, like what's that saying is like, you never know who's watching you at all times or whatever. Yep. And then to do something and then someone comes out even time later and be like, what you did was so amazing, and that does feel good.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to speak at a conference and just, end up doing what I needed to do. Sometimes you don't understand if you're reading the room properly, and so wasn't sure if people were enjoying it or not. But when we finished, oh my gosh, it was a great place to be. And again, you never know who's watching. You never know whose life you touch. So don't necessarily wait for the applause to give yourself a pat on the back and say, that was great. Now that's success. Just do you. Just do you. Follow the script that you have for your life. That's it. Now, mentally, this is an area where the world really has things mixed up. We're told to hustle harder, keep pushing, never stop. But true mental success isn't about grinding until you collapse. It's about clarity, resilience, and peace of mind. That's what it's about. Sometimes you gotta stop. Sometimes you gotta take that pause. If you have been on this journey with us, you already know I believe in pausing. I believe in resetting. I believe in regrouping. The world confuses stress with success. If you're not stressed, you must not be working hard enough. But mental success is actually the ability to create balance. What does our culture say about it?
The culture says compare yourself. It says do more, never slow down. You got to keep up. You got to keep going to be successful, not taking a break. And that's not true at all. And you hear it in like artists and stuff. What Chris Brown said, he said, anxiety, don't let the pressure get to your head.
Okay.
And you hear that so much from people who other people think are successful, but then you constantly see them having to take mental breaks, having to just feel so much pressure. So,
yep.
Yeah.
I like it. Say it again. What anxiety? What? Yeah.
Don't let the pressure get to your head. And mental success is not that. Mental success is knowing who you are, doing what matters to you, and letting yourself have some rest.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the question on the table is, when was the last time you celebrated progress instead of perfection? When is the last time you celebrated your progress over perfection instead of that perfection?
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I do it a lot because it makes you feel good about yourself celebrating those many miles. I just celebrated my progress for my birthday. So to me, that's like me celebrating that.
We like to celebrate.
Yes.
We do. So just know you don't have to wait for everything to be completely perfect. Those small wins, those small steps, you celebrate those. The more you celebrate those things, the more you will appreciate yourself and continue to move forward. The more you'll be able to listen to your body and say, what do you need? The more your mind can just have peace and continue to take you on this journey.
Yes, and I love that you say that because me, I'm a perfectionist, and sometimes I won't start until I feel like I have my plan is perfect. And you just have to start, and then those little baby steps, that's what you celebrate. So I love that you said that.
And I will say, you are your Father's child, because that perfection, you guys, I am completely the opposite. I'd be like, oh, let's just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's go. And the thing that when you finish, you step back and you're like, wow, okay, yeah, we can fix this. But that thing is on point. It's on point. Embrace your flaws and move forward. Everything is not going to be perfect. Mm-hmm. It's not.
And I wanted to ask you, when was the last time you celebrated your progress and not perfection?
Ooh. She threw the question back at me.
Yeah, you like to throw questions at me all the time.
I mean, honestly, I just held a 2-day strategic plan meeting at work, and it sometimes takes me to just sit down, feel the room, and just let it flow. Did it flow the exact way I wrote the agenda? No, it doesn't have to. And that's what I had to learn, that just let it go. The room did what it needed to do. And then I had to celebrate this. So I had to celebrate this because I don't know who did it. I don't know how it happened, but I am celebrating it and I'm embracing it. There's a 50 women in Idaho that we admire, and I made the list. I didn't make the list at number 1, number 2, number 3, or the top 10, but I made the list at number 42, which means I'm not perfect, but I made the list, and I'm celebrating the fact that I made the list.
Mm-hmm. Which is amazing. And when you found out, it's like something that was way out the blue, not expected at all. She was just scrolling and was like, wait a minute, what's this? Is that not me? Like, what is this? So it was like really out the blue, and which is really amazing.
I love it. Now let's move into our physical success. Now this one right here is big because society has this one completely upside down. We're told success is about appearance, how toned, how slim, how picture perfect we are. But physical success is about energy, vitality, and sustainability. It's about being able to live, move, and show up for the people and the purpose in your life. That's what I want for physical. When I think about physical success, I want you to be able to say, Nikita shows up for you. That's what I want them to be able to say, and that's success. Mm-hmm. That's success. What do you think real physical success can look like, and what does culture say?
Well, culture says that you should look the part. Like, to be successful, you have to look the part, chase the quick fix. But really, true success, I want to live the part. I don't want to just look it. If I can't back up the way I'm looking, what's the point? So living the part and building consistency. Yeah, consistency.
Physical success is when you feel good in your body, not just when other people approve it. You all, we do a 6 a.m. workout Monday through Friday. And we do it because what I have realized is my mind is clear when my body starts to move and work out. And it's something about starting my day out that way. When I miss that workout, I can still go through a day, but it's something about that workout that just brings so much clarity to my mind. Mm-hmm. That's what it does. So I gotta ask you, what's one physical habit you have been neglecting because you've been chasing someone else's standard? Have you been neglecting anything lately? Now that question is for you all too. Have you been neglecting anything for your physical self because you're chasing someone else's standards? Your physical. I mean, you're right there working out with me at 6 a.m.
We're up early in the morning working out and stuff, but maybe, I'm not sure if it's because of I'm chasing someone else's standards or whatnot, but one part I do neglect is like my night routine. I feel like that sets you up for the next day, and I'm getting to bed late, too tired to even do my full skincare, so I'm paying for that later. Yep. So more neglecting the parts that set me up for success for the next day type of thing.
Like that. So you ask yourself, is there something you're neglecting? And if you find yourself answering that question and something comes to your mind, what do you need to do to shift that? Mm-hmm. Make that shift so that you can show up how you need to show up for yourself. Not for someone else, but for yourself.
Is there anything you're neglecting?
I mean, I was when we were crazy busy and I was missing that workout time.
Yeah, we felt that.
I completely felt that. Like I said, my mind, that clarity happens in my workout. And right before we started about working out, I had so much brain fog.
Yeah.
And that one right there was probably that indication that it was time for me to do something different.
Yeah, I definitely felt that in my body, my energy. So when we did do a reset, I felt so much better. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and bring this home for our community. Y'all, guess what? Success in today's world has been mixed up because we've let outside voices dictate what it should mean. We chase money at the cost of peace. We chase likes at the cost of authenticity. We chase appearances at the cost of health. But the truth is, this success is wholeness. It's alignment. It's when your spirit, your mind, and your body are in sync. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are becoming. You know, in this community, we have a challenge. What's the challenge?
So for this week, we want you to write down 3 lies you've believed about success and replace them with 3 truths.
Like that. That's good. That's good. Maybe your lie was, I'm only successful if I'm busy. Your truth could be, I'm successful when I am aligned with my values. Maybe the lie was, I need to look perfect to be worthy. The truth is, I'm worthy because I'm here. And success is living in health, not comparison. So remember, success isn't mixed up unless we let it be. You have the power to rewrite the script. You have the power to rewrite the script. So as always, thank you all for tuning in to the Walking Life Journey podcast. If this episode helped you rethink success, share it with a friend who might need a reminder too. And always remember, as you walk this journey called life, you are the key piece to your story. Until next time, bye.